We here?
So...
This is it.
So was that 40 and what? 40, 0, 100, negative 36?
Mm-hmm.
But you can't go to your apartment again.
Nope. Still can't. That's cool. All right.
Alright, so
Destroy the mask.
That's
the only way.
All right.
I feel like that's gonna be the more boring route, but
Okay. Here's what I do know about.
it's probably the happier route.
You done effed up now, hey Aaron. All right. So here's
the mask.
here's my call. Here's what I know. A little bit of peeking behind the streams because I've done not a little bit of research. I don't know the endings, but what I do know is once you get an ending, I think it becomes immensely easier to go to split off points to get other endings. They don't make you go through everything again.
I was gonna say just save state your whole computer. Good. Just like copy the folder the game is stored in.
You can always save state, bro.
Yeah.
Here's my guess.
Real life.
I say I'm so freaking dumb. I say we follow this into Shinjuku. I say we freaking go to the end.
Go do it.
And do the worst possible ending.
Like that's
and
like
then
the most horrible, horrific ending. I'm down for this plan. That's what I want to do, actually. I feel like hardcore is going to be like... Well, they might subvert my expectations and make the destruction of the mask unleashes all the evil or something. Could be the other way it goes, and then it'll be way worse doing that. But I have a feeling that, like, being a detective and trying to follow this through on your own is going to be what actually makes it, like, the darkest ending.
I say we let him go, Sasha says. You mean go and burn the mask, Sasha?
Was that a Pee-wee's Big Adventure reference?
Oh my gosh.
I say we let him go!
What's your take, Boronbo? I want to hear your thoughts, too.
Go! Use the mask. Don't be a coward.
Yeah, I figured that's what you say.
That's the bad ending.
Use the mask as the bad ending? Or destroy
I think it's a bad end. I'm pretty sure it's going bad end.
Pretty sure it's a bad end. Pretty sure
I think you should...
Go big or go home. Alright, here's what
so here's my theory. If you destroy the mask, you get, like, a decent ending, like a neutral ending. Or, like a good ending. If you go to Shinjuku and you do it wrong, you get a bad ending. If you go there and, like, you do everything exactly right, that's probably the true ending.
Yeah, I think he's right. I think buried underneath all the shit.
Or there's the possibility that there's something you didn't do earlier that was perfect, and you
you probably have to do I've done everything exactly right through the whole game, and then go to Shinjuku and do whatever there right, and then you get the best ending. If you mess up, it's a bad ending.
There's 11 endings in this game, right?
There's 11. I think we've already passed.
I'm pretty sure if you destroy the mask, it's probably like, oh, well, that's that. You move on with your life. It's like, see ya, Kanzaki, or whatever your name was.
Okay. Because here's the thing. I really think we passed some endings already. Like, do you remember Epsilion whenever the mask was starting to...
What?
Do you remember Epsilion when the mask was starting to take over again? And whenever we waited out, talking to the Shrine Girl. I'm pretty sure you can actually kill her there and get an ending. I have no proof, but I bet that's one of them.
That makes sense to me. Yeah, I think that's probably a potential ending.
I'm pretty sure if you don't take the mask from the evidence locker, it's like a different ending.
True.
I can't imagine what the game would be like if you didn't take the mask.
I think it just ends
like really fast.
Like it has early end stuff, which is what I think this is. Like Common Core, I think that's like an early end. It's an early. It's fine. All right.
If you destroy the mask, it's an early ending. That's a good ending. But...
Let's do this. We're going in hard, boys. I've always been in over my head. Spoilers. We always fly too close to the sun, baby. Look at my namesake.
I don't think that's a spoiler.
Selfishly selfless fool. Let's go. Oh, we can go into like.
Get a final drink. Get a final drink. Okay,
talk to her, I guess.
Uh-oh. Better sound the alarm. The detective is back.
Damn it. Every time I come here, you...
Haha. Don't sweat it, detective. I'm just busting your chops.
Aww.
Besides, it's not my problem anymore.
Huh?
I'm out of here.
She found
Check out
the
the other
new
job.
line! Wait, the other job. Sketchy one. You didn't...
Nope. Probably wouldn't believe me. I actually... Probably won't believe me, but I actually took your advice. Hell, I hardly believe it myself.
How flattering.
Didn't think the hard-boiled detective would be so thin skinned, excuse me.
Yeah. Anyway, where are you headed?
Don't know, but I think I'll leave the city. My big dreams kind of got drowned out, and now it's hard to be here and not fall back in old habits.
Change of location can be very helpful.
Like hitting the old reset button, right?
Reset button, huh? I could use one of those right about now. Yep! I can't finagle the strings on this one. Flow's too strong. Jeez.
Things gotten that bad?
I don't know yet. Probably. Don't say that, Ito. Courage. Only way to find out is to keep moving.
Anything I can help with?
Aw, mijo.
Hey, don't give me that look. I mean it. No bullshit this time.
Thanks. I think I have to see out the rest of my own problems on my own.
Then why did you come in here?
Couldn't tell you. I guess I've just gotten kind of wrapped up in this place.
Sounds like you're the one that needs to leave the city. Bad places lead to bad memories, lead to bad decisions, if you ask me. And I'm an expert on bad decisions. At least neither of us will have to deal with Goto. Or the million other perverts like him for now, anyway.
Good luck.
Nah, you hold on to that, your luck. Looks like you should... Nah, sorry.
You're okay.
Looks like you could use it more than me. See you around, Ito.
She said her name!
Laughing at the...
Diamond in the rough achievement. Aw. Can you... Hey, cool achievement. Can I have some sanity back for doing a good thing? Can I have some of that, though?
No.
You get the achievement.
If you get insane enough, you wrap back around to being super sane.
Oh, God. I bet there is something for that. Oh, God, please. Oh,
In
God,
this
please
game,
tell me
probably
he's
not.
okay.
But
Please tell me he's
in other
okay.
games. Oh no! I saw it already. Why do they do that? I hate that.
Gosh, dang it.
Maybe
Empty as
just
always. Even Daiso doesn't seem to mind. Hey, Daiso, you sleeping on the job? You should really turn on some lights in here. You barely see. Daiso? He chose the wrong one.
This is the dark ending.
It was quiet as always. This time the silence was unusual. Too complete. Every creaking step I made, every drip of the faucet echoed on the empty walls. The only sounds came from the lifeless things. Despite the commotion I created approaching him, Daiso didn't react. As soon as I saw the bottle next to him, I knew what he'd done. After Kamankura, I thought of it myself, but always had Kazuki or Lady Fluff to stop me. Daiso had no one, and so took his poison in silence with nothing to stop him. Nobody had been to his bar to find him, so he finally went to sleep and never woke up. Jeez. Behind the bar, neatly folded, was a small note. No, don't let me read it. Carefully, I picked it up and read it.
My brother was a jerk.
I tried. Oh. Summing up my life, that's all I have to show for it. I tried. For years, I pursued a passion, opened a business, I got married. I did everything people say you're supposed to do to be happy. Still, my passion failed, my business failed, my marriage failed. Everything I was given to be happy, I wasted. So I guess the problem is with me. I'm sorry for the burden that this will put on my wife and my daughter. I doubt my girl remembers me. I'm sorry I couldn't be her father to her. Know that your father tried. Goodbye. Jeez. I folded the note and it was in place. What? As it was, and placed it next to him. Who do you expect to read it, I wonder? For a long while I sat at the bar. No one came. But nobody came.
She sat there for a while with a dead body?
Coping, grief. Eventually I went behind the bar and made an anonymous call to the police. I couldn't bear the thought of no one finding him for days. I'm sorry, Daiso. Wherever you are, I hope you're not alone. Too late.
Happens all the time, actually. They call it
late.
Orokushi.
I wonder who his daughter was.
Yeah, I wonder if you could have reunited him with his daughter or something.
I don't
He
see
met
that.
his brother on the other part of town.
But yeah, that's actually very common in Japan for people to die alone and their bodies aren't found for days or weeks, months, or even years.
Gosh dang it, man. Why would I go back in there?
Well, actually,
For what?
I mean that's where Reina died, so you might want to go there to
Go.
get
I literally
her.
can't go in. It says enter, but it's not doing anything. Thus sucks. Yes, thus sucks, Sasha. Thus sucks. I'm not even making fun of you for the typo. I'm saying thus sucks.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a typo. I don't know what she's going for though. Might be a autocorrect.
All you, Epsilion.
Oh my God! Look, like it's you. Sorry.
Huh? Who? Me?
Yeah, you.
Yep.
Woo! Can I like give you a hug?
Hey, there's no need for that. Please don't touch me. Why so touchy-feely all of a sudden?
Detective, sir, ma'am, I would never like feel you without your permission.
Come on, dude. That's not what I... Forget it. My exit... You were such a good mood.
You noticed, huh? Ta-da!
What? I don't get it. Are you a magician?
No, I got a promotion. Can't you tell by the new uniform?
A little, actually. I can tell it's a little different.
Yeah,
I think it's
a little cleaned
different.
up.
Yeah. It's exactly the same. I think it's a little good. Wait.
I think it's cleaned up, isn't it?
Promotion? You got a promotion?
Yeah, like after you came and talked to my manager, saw us and was like, "Whoa, this guy's helping the police." Said I was really respectable and whatever. And I found that key.
To the dumpster?
Yeah. Turns out I had a spare in my pocket the whole time.
Of course you did. Thus sucks the lives of those with whom you've interacted. Yeah, that's right.
Are you saying that you're the cause of all their problems?
Well, better you than someone like Tyra.
Who?
No one. Congrats, kid. I think you're really going places.
Thank you, sir.
Moving up in the world. Well, 2 out of 3 is pretty good. Oh, God.
Get your butt down the sewers. I hope you have to confront the pervert. Like he's down there again with another young girl.
Gosh, don't make this worse.
Why? Oh. Disappointing.
God, Taizo hit me hard.
I mean, I just wanted you to like beat him up or like maybe kill him even, potentially.
Was it the common Kai who put this here? Maybe the dark created it. These marks were never meant for me. Reina was trying to find her way back, like leaving breadcrumbs in the forest. Sometimes I wonder if this well went anywhere at all before Reina found it. The first time I came down here, I was so sure that I would save Tanaka alone. I didn't think about what I was doing. Am I doing the same thing now?
You still have your gun, right?
Yep. Oh yeah, that'll be useful against the undead spirits of the dark.
Gun destroys everything.
Yeah, gun's the greatest element.
Gun's the greatest element. Cool. Let's just... When I found Kazuki's body, he was wearing the mask. She'd made him wear it as she'd been made too. Even after all the suffering she went through herself, she did it anyway. Can I really forgive her? One does not forgive another whose blood will not be forgiven. She so desperately wanted to avoid being lost. Yeah, she's scared too. When I was here last time, I saw Tanaka. I heard him call to me. What was it he was trying to say? Was he begging for help? Or begging for me to stay away? Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. This time will be different. Oh yeah, sure! It's no longer leading to a shapeless tunnel. Reina's down there. I can feel myself being drawn to her. We're gonna have another face-off. We are so dead.
It's gonna be different because he's dead.
Alright, so this puzzle that we failed awful last time. Oh, it's not making us sword. Cool.
lighting thing. Oh, they're blinking, but
Yeah, it's not gonna make us do it though. It wants us here this time. Because we're ready. I'm saying the dark wants us here this time. Because we're prepared. What's our sanity? Cool.
-40. Just keep going down. Make it -100.
No. I bet that's an ending too, where you just go insane before the end of the game.
I hope you get like a cool like Cthulhu ending if you get that insane. Like you're able to receive the beholdings even though your mind is gone, basically.
I really wish we had more sanity. I really wish we had more sanity going into this. Okay, that was kind of weird. This has a little bit more to it. Is there anything to find? No? Okay.
The walkway? No, there's like a wall there.
I know, but I just, I thought maybe because it was a little longer. No, please.
No, go down the stairs.
Yeah. It's a little, you have to go all the way over.
No, you didn't step far enough to turn the corner.
Yeah.
Why are you walking all the way to the end?
I'm checking. I did not mean to run.
This is like when you save games.
I am checking, alright? I'm not missing anything again.
Unnecessary.
I'm terrified! Go deeper, cool. That sounds pleasant. It sounds like, oh yeah, just, descend into the void. That'll be fine. I thought those pipes above us were feet for a moment. I want to be honest.
Feet? Oh,
feet.
Hanging down?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't get it at first, but then after a second it clicked.
Then you remembered the suicide forest. Oh boy. We're doing fine. This is fine. There's nothing wrong.
Go deeper.
Oh, this is the standoff. I can feel it.
Maybe a sewer battle. What a video game.
Just checking. Okay, you can't. Okay. How about go up? There's a matter going up. How about we go up? Okay, no? Okay.
How deep is this, like, underground?
Deep, yet deeper still. Oh, I think there's stalagmites and stalactites. I think we're really getting down there.
Oh, yeah, you're, like, in, like, caverns now.
This is bad.
Even though the tube you're in is man-made.
Is it?
Oh, I mean, it has...
The
like,
original. Who knows at this point? We might be entering, like, here, I created this specially for you. Welcome to the dark. This will be fun. I am genuinely so worried. Oh, God.
Wait, you're shaking, you said?
I said I'm genuinely so worried. I am shaking.
Oh.
Descend further into madness. No.
Are you shaking because you're worried, or are you shaking because you're doing hummingbirds?
Both.
Oh.
As I trudged through that oppressive, lonely place, I slowly became aware of someone else. The dark woke up and began to shudder as if racked with quiet sobs. I felt a numbing sadness spread through my body. The sensation I felt in that place was familiar, and I knew right away why. Raina. She sat there like a lost little girl. She'd been there for a long time and didn't know where to go. Alright, moving forward, seriously. Watson? And even my arch nemesis, Moriarty? In all seriousness, we're gonna need to put our heads together for what's coming. We're gonna have those timed events, and I know we're gonna have to choose the right motions. So, be with me, guys. I need your smart brains here.
Okay.
I need your help. Humbly asking. There was no fight in her body. No way for her to lash out.
Are you playing a game right now?
Yes! In
Holmes,
that place, we were equals.
that's not how you engage Moriarty. You should challenge him, tell him he can't possibly figure it out.
But he can't.
If you want
I'd
his
be
help.
lying. What if I begged?
That's what I'm saying. He's not going to help you if you ask him to. You have to trick him into helping you. You have to outplay Moriarty in his own game.
Oh, God. She rose to her feet when she saw me, her eyes looking confused and desperate. Here we go. She was the start of it all. Everything I'd gone through. I put an end to it. One way or another. Here we go. Showtime. Oh, good. Oh, good. We're staticky. This is good. So you went anyway, huh? Even though I told you to leave me alone. Why couldn't you just forget and leave me alone? Huh? So that's it? You want to keep hurting me, right? I hate to burst your bubble, but if it's revenge or after, it won't work. Nope, I can't blow my brains out down here. The dark won't let you. Ah, did I hurt your feelings? Did you bring your little gun all the way down here for nothing? Are you disappointed? I didn't bring it. There's no point. There really is not. I didn't shoot you when you took Tanaka, and I won't now. Ha! Don't try to trick me. That doesn't mean you don't want to. After everything I tried, to think that you would be the one to show up here in the end. Funny, isn't it? Isn't it? After all, you were only supposed to be a guest star on my little show. A little temporary addition to liven things up a little bit. Then you kept showing up uninvited, taking up every sharp thing you could find and poke me with it. Now I can't get rid of you. See? It is funny, right? No matter what we do, we're forced together again. We ought to make the best of it. You're right. We can't avoid each other forever. Chance has forced us together. Remember chance that we chose, whether we like it or not. So all we can do is see it through to the end. Even when I saw you in the forest, you were down here, weren't you? Where else? Welcome to the end of the line. I don't understand
to the end of the line.
It's awful down here. Why didn't you try and get back to the surface? Why would I go back? What would be the point? When I do, I look around and don't even recognize it anymore. How many years you been down here? The internet is real now. The streets are different. The sounds have changed. Everyone I knew and ever cared about is gone. You don't know what it's like. Every day the same and feeling all my old pain again and again and again and again. People don't change. No matter what, no matter how much time goes, they all still look at me like I'm a flea-bitten dog to be kicked around and ignored. They hate me. In the end, I'll end up back here anyway, so I fight it. At least down here, nothing changes. When I was little, they said everything would be okay if I had the mask. But then Mommy died, and the police took it away from me, and nothing's gone right since. No one ever cared about me. The police, the foster homes, the other girls in the agency, they all hated me. They wanted me dead. You're just like the rest of them. Only someday you'll grow old and die, and I'll still be here. Unless you give me that mask. It isn't that simple. Having the mask isn't going to solve your problems. It is that simple! Everyone always tells me it can't be simple, but why not? None of this would have happened if it weren't for you! If you just give it to me in the first place, you could have lived your stupid little fantasy life. Instead, you had to be a hero and get involved in something that was none of your business. Why shouldn't I use it? Are my problems not as important as yours? That's it, isn't it? Everything is about you and making your life happy again. I won't let you be happy. I won't. If you won't help me, then fine. But I'll keep hurting you. And if you think it's bad now, you don't know the half of it. Or you could give it to me and go on pretending to be happy while I find the door again. Again? You've seen it before? I don't know exactly what you think is going to happen when you find it. But everything I found tells me it's dangerous. No, you're wrong. The door isn't for you. The collector said so. He said if I had the mask, I could go find it again, collector, you piece of... He said if I find the shrine belonging to Kawana, I could find it. So you met him too. Reina, he wasn't trying to help us. He must have been toying with us. Yeah. Shut up! You don't know anything. He told me the mask would let me see the door again, just like the day Mommy died. When they put the mask on me and I kept my eyes closed like Mommy told me to. Even when people started getting sick and crying. Sick? Oh, you mean like in the head or physically? And I saw it.
They're probably poisoned.
Themselves with poison Kool-Aid?
Yeah,
Oh.
probably. I mean, maybe not Kool-Aid, but poison drinks probably, yeah.
The door. Even with...
Piece.
Yeah. Maybe that led to it, so everyone had the last drink. Even with my eyes so
closed. Oh, that's why she couldn't have it. Yeah, that makes sense.
Even when I looked at it, I heard Mommy's voice and I knew if I found it, everything would be okay. I opened my eyes and it was gone. They took the mask and I saw Mommy on the ground. She wasn't moving anymore. Like a doll. It was all my fault. It must have been. I did something wrong, but he told me if I found the mask, I can make it right again. Now I've been punished for being a screw-up. A big screw-up. For not being pure like they told me to be. Except people like Higashi. They shouldn't have hurt me. They should have left me alone. I had to punish them. Oh, she did kill him. I just want to stop them from hurting me. That doesn't make me bad, right? You understand, don't you? The funny thing is that if Tanaka was here, he'd understand. Even after everything you did to him. That's the kind of guy he is. Reina.
That's the kind of guy he is.
It's not all your fault. This is beyond you. It always has been. Shitty situations, making shitty outcomes for kids. That's awesome. I love it so much. That's why Tanaka was so intent on following you from the start. You weren't just some orphan girl. He somehow saw the darkness that was behind you. If only he had told me. I could have been there for him, helped him. But no, You could have helped me, Ayami. He was helping me! He was gonna save me! Then why? If he was helping you, why hurt him? I didn't want to hurt Tanaka. It was the only way to bring him here. The same way I was brought here. Oh, for all. I thought I'd figured it out. But my white knight abandoned me. Went somewhere else. It turns out it was just another stupid idea from a stupid girl. What you did to Tanaka was wrong, but you can still make this right. You brought him down here with you that night. Where is he? I don't know where he is. Just tell me what happened from the beginning. It's hard to remember. Please try. Nothing's going the way I thought it would. When I went back to Shinjuku, I remembered how I ended up in the dark. I knew that what I had to do so Tanaka could be with me. Only the mask wasn't awake. It wasn't loud like it was in Kamakura. So I made you come into the tunnel with me and Tanaka so it could wake up. Oh, she was trying to trigger it. Then I slit his throat and went back to the dark and I waited. Tanaka woke up down there too, but the mask was gone. He was alive? He was like me. Or so I thought. I thought he was. At first he seemed okay, but then he started wandering around, staring into space, talking to people who weren't there. Oh boy. Poor Tanaka. I think I broke him, Ayami-chan. So, he was down here. Tell me where he is. You don't get it, do you? I don't know where he is, and I don't care. Tanaka abandoned me. Even when he was here, he kept mumbling on and on about how he was going to help you. He gave you something, didn't he? A traitor. How else would he be able to keep finding me? He said he saw the door, but he didn't take me there. I hate him. Why did he leave me? To think Tanaka would help a stupid little girl like me. It was dumb to try to bring him here. The collector said I'd find the door with the mask. I just didn't want to be alone is all. Now you're here, so I guess the mask is too. I didn't need him after all. He's gone. You're wrong. I can feel him somewhere here. He's waiting for me. You can? Maybe he's at the door. Please, take me there. Don't leave me. The mask opened the door and took me straight to Reina. And now that I'm here, I can feel it, pulsing like a heartbeat. The door, the unknowable place where chance and fate have no importance. That's where Kazuki is. I know now what will happen if I lead her there. She'll get what she truly wants. She'll get to rest and finally be free. No more pain, no more suffering. Maybe that's what Kazuki would have wanted. But if I do that, the dark would change shape again, and any hope of finding him would be lost. He'd be trapped here waiting for me, and I'd never be able to tell him the truth behind everything he suffered for. That's if the Kazuki Tanuki that's left here is the same man I love. Either way,
Tanuki.
The Kazuki Tanuki. I said the wrong thing. Whoops. I'm under a lot of stress right now. Ah.
You right?
I'm breathing. Using the coping skills I taught so many before me. Okay.
It's just a game, bro.
Yeah, so yeah, you're supposed to breathe really fast, shallow breaths, right?
Don't listen to Moriarty. He's
can.
our enemy. I literally don't know why I'm taking any advice from him.
I mean,
Literally
I guess if you
everything
wanna
he
try
says
one.
is opposite.
Is that wrong? Is that wrong?
Do you want to drink one? Is that
Yes.
what you're going for?
Either way, I have to abandon someone. But it's my responsibility. I have to choose. Don't do this.
So if you get the perfect end, you get to help both of them, right? That's what it is.
Leave Reina and save Tanaka. Forgive Reina and lead her to the door. Come on,
Forgive
man.
her. Forgive her.
It's the
What would
right
Tanaka
thing
want
to do. Tanaka would forgive her. Tanaka would forgive her and lead her to the door for her final resting place.
Forgive her. Tanaka's at the door.
Yeah, he's there. You'll see
Here we
him
go.
there. That's what I'm guessing too.
As the Lord says, forgive and let move on.
Sorry, I asked what would Tanaka do. I should have asked what would Jesus do.
Well, I mean, I know what you mean, though. Because he was kind.
Yeah,
he was trying to help her.
And
Please,
he was the one who started this in the first place, so that's why I was saying what would he do.
don't hurt me. But I did, actually, honestly, he did kind of pass the baton off to Ito anyway. So let's finish it. What I did to
in
Tanaka.
honor of him.
It was the only way. You get it, right? Right? No. You're wrong. But then again, maybe there isn't a right way to begin with. In your own way, you're the same as me. Grasping at whatever you could. He may still be down here, like you said. Would the Tanaka I find be the real him, though? If I use the mask, would I be the real me? I'm not so sure anymore. That's right, because she's the bearer. Remember, if Ito tried to use it, she wouldn't be able to use it. Reina is the one we have to get to use it. And by doing that, we have to forgive her and reach her hand so that she can help us. And help herself. You're really not going to go after him? No. I'd have to give up even more in myself. Succumb even more to this darkness. He wouldn't have wanted that. You know, for a long time, your face was all I ever saw. Ever since Kamakura. It motivated me to push through my sadness because I thought I was doing something good. Putting my problems behind him by becoming the hero and slaying some ancient evil. You became a demon. A symbol of all my hatred. Of everything bad that happened to me that day. Yeah, she symbolized it in everything we saw. No. No, I'm not a demon. No, you're not. You're just a girl. Always were. Always has been.
Always has been.
Besides, I'm no hero. I'm not sure if there is such a thing. I realize that now. Not here on this earth, not from us. Me, you, Tanaka, all three of us were just paper dolls caught in a storm, being blown by winds that were so far out of our control. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for any of it to happen. I just wanted a way out. I want to be normal. Tanaka was one of the smartest detectives. No, one of the smartest people I knew. I think he knew that this would happen to him. Maybe that's why he was so distant. I wish things had played out differently for us. And for you, Reina, I know what happened to you. All of it. I don't know how I saw all those things. I can't just ignore them. No one deserves to experience what you did, Reina. Every day you lived in hell, with no love or light. It was awful. We failed you, and I'm sorry. I forgive you, Reina. It hurts to say it. That's selfish, isn't it? No, it's not. It's not wrong to state the feelings behind it. God never said you have to forgive and then say it with no bad feelings. He just said you have to forgive and do it through the Lord's love. I can't forget the pain you caused me despite how hard I tried, but I do forgive you because somewhere along the way, this horrible cycle has to end. I don't want to hurt people anymore. Then come with me. Let me help you. Why? Where are we going? To the door. You said you heard your mom, right? Let's go see her. I'm scared. What if she isn't there? What if I was wrong? It's okay. There's nothing to be afraid of. You can rest like you always wanted. No more coming back. No more hurting people. Though I can't tell you what's waiting for you, I know it's better than this. I promise. Yami, do you think it'll hurt? No. How do you know? I don't know how, but the dark responds to the feelings of the people in it. Every time we butt heads, it pushed me out. It feels different now. It feels peaceful. Because she was alive before, so it wasn't meshing well with Ito, but for Reina, that's where she's supposed to be. So it's like a peaceful passing. That's my guess. What I'm trying to say is, I don't want to hurt you, Reina. I only want to help, and I think the dark will too. Okay. I'm ready. Oh. Thank you, Yami. I don't know why you helped me, but thank you. Bye-bye.
The demon Reina was exorcised.
Oh, Reina! Exorcism! For years, Reina searched for the door. The whole time it was nearby, hidden by a thick darkness that shifted in reaction to her own hatred and fear. The mask began to tug at me as if guiding us, and together, hand in hand, it appeared in front of us. I wasn't sure how I hadn't noticed it before. It was like it had always been there. Always had been. I thought you were going for the worst possible ending. No, Sasha! We were risking the worst. No, Sasha. We were risking the whole possible ending. For the best. Until that moment, I never noticed how small and truly fragile she was. Standing in front of the door, she shook like a leaf. She was scared. Squeezing her hand, I reassured her. Told her I would forgive her, knowing that if she took a step forward, it would all be over and she'd find peace. I thought maybe I would too. For a long time she stood, saying nothing. Then eventually, she let go of my hand and moved through the door. As soon as she did, her image began to fade. She was smiling. Not the unhinged smile from my past, but her true smile. The smile of a little girl. It's that smile, free of hate and malice. I remember now. The dark remained even after she left, though it began to change as I remained within it, suddenly agitated and expansive like it was growing. Somehow I knew that little light I saw was because of Reina. Her fear and hatred diffused out of the shadows. Thanks to light, I was able to find the surface. The mask didn't quiet after Reina passing, and every day it became more restless. One day I cast it into the sea near Kamakura. Just wait! Ito! You did what you had to do! Burn it! Burn that sucker! Freaking take it to them, do the ritual, we can have our cake and eat it too! Shut that sucker in there! One day I cast it into Kamakura, and despite the Kalana's woman's warning, it never returned to me. That makes me concerned still, though occasionally I can still feel it, scratching like a pin needle at the back of my skull. When the girl faded, other memories did too. Impressions of a man called Oh, the price! Impressions of a man called Kazuki Tanaka, and a love we once shared. I find pictures in my apartment that I know are him, yet all I see is the face of a stranger looking up, and dang it, that really was him down there. Some nights I wake up with tears in my eyes and images of that face crying out to me from some dark corner of my dreams. I desperately try to remember why that memory remains. Yet, something about those pictures and staying in that apartment feels similar, even if I can't make sense of it some days. All I remember for sure is Reina's smile, knowing that in those final moments she forgave me for what I did to her. Finally, I was able to find peace. Achievement unlocked, only a child. And that's it.
Was that the neutral ending then?
I think it was a good one. I don't think it's perfect.
I think it's closure with Reina, and Reina had peace, and you had peace, but then you don't remember your.
But then we still didn't get back.
Interests.
Yeah.
And the mask is still a thing.
Yeah, the mask. The big thing that sticks with me is the mask was still a thing. Like it didn't fully leave. So, honestly though,
the ancient evil.
I don't think that was bad. Like that was a pretty okay way to resolve that. We forgave Reina and we moved on. But
Boronbo,
it did cost.
Were you able to see the kanji there?
Oh shit!
Were you able to see the kanji there for those names in the credits?
Where?
They already passed.
I wasn't looking.
That's okay.
Maybe because most of the staff is Western, but I was wondering if those guys were actually like people from Japan, or if they just had like their names converted to kanji. That they're
They could
Western.
be Chinese.
Or yeah, I don't know. What I'm saying is, I wondered if they were actually, like, if they were somebody from Japan to help write this, because I mean, it does obviously heavily pull from Japanese culture. So my understanding, Icarus, maybe you can correct this wrong, is that this is taking place in like 2006.
Okay, that makes sense.
Right?
That makes sense.
I think at one point they said that the photos and stuff that we kept finding were 96, and they said that was a decade ago.
Okay,
or
yeah.
They might have said more than a decade ago, so I think it's like sometime after 2006, but not like guaranteed to be like today, essentially.
No one had a cell phone. That's pretty huge. Like genuinely, that's pretty huge.
Yeah,
like,
in Japan especially. Like if they're in Japan, I would expect people even 2006 to have been like.
When did the Kickstarter start for this? Because
they had cell phones.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like they'd have like at least like they'd have feature
cell phones.
Yeah, they'd have feature phones.
Oh.
So they'd have feature phones that could do email at that point for sure. Like, that was very common.
You son of a! Go ahead, Epsilion.
Oh, interesting. Most interesting.
Oh, they do know each other. I think you were.
You are nothing but a crow feeding on the carrion that time leaves in its wake.
Time is capitalized. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because like a bean.
Forgive me for not being an impartial spectator of human suffering. The woman had her own desires. I only gave her a little push.
Son of a...
I thought you'd be happy. Ito found forgiveness through that context of her suffering by drowning herself in the past. A historian's dream. A gesture of the extraordinary kindness, yes, but history does not smile at the happiness of one. It favors the welfare of all.
You screwed up and you didn't get everything. Yeah.
You didn't get the true happy ending. You got some like middling happy ending. Time is not a single thread, but a complex tapestry, pushed and formed into a picture by the forces of fate and chance. So you can read through this, basically.
Probably.
The different threads present a myriad of truths, but all an aspect of the same visage nonetheless. A myriad interesting. I would have thought one so interested in history would adhere to a single truth. On the contrary, if a history was taught me anything, it is that there is no one truth.
Disagree with that, but let's move on.
The deeper one gazes, the more complex it becomes. Yes, all are truth. All grant insight into the same puzzle. You're right, my old friend. Time is a spiral. Observe it long enough and we may yet learn something. No, she is not your plaything. It is not your decision. There is only one way this can end. Only one way for the world to remain intact and stop the thing that comes. It's coming, Scar. It must be protected. The role must be performed. Stubborn. So stubborn.
I love discussions between fictional overseers of dimensions. It's really cool.
Allow me to ask you a question. I believe I know it already. You've asked it before. Indulge me. I asked her the same question. If the dancing puppet looks up and sees its strings, does it remain a puppet? What of fate and chance then? I answer your riddle with one of my own. You see the storm clouds approaching, and though you can take shelter or alter your course, does the storm not come regardless? Ha! No fun. You never tolerated my philosophical side. Nor you me when I tell you how things are. I suppose that's because we are one and the same.
Oh.
But what of her? All we can do is see, but eventually she will end up there. There is only one path which will hold the world together.
And we're gonna find it. Time to mess with the strings and get back in this. Oh, shoot, baby. Hi, everyone. This is Icarus. Future Icarus a little bit. So I know past me just said, let's jump back into the streams, but We did with Epsilion Boronbo, and there was some footage about that, but it was honestly kind of not very interesting. It was mostly just me clicking through the exact same thing again. Reina does, not Reina, oh my gosh, Ito does understand that like some things like, oh, it's like I've been here before. There is a little callback, but most everything's the same. So I didn't think it was really all that interesting. So I didn't really include it. I peered a little bit into the streams. Hey, if I can jump timelines with Ito, I can peer through a little bit. There are other endings, but honestly, I genuinely think that the one we got with Reina was one of my favorites. I really like it about the forgiveness and the moving forward, even though it cost Ito something. I think it's like a good message about moving forward and forgiveness that allows you to do that. Biblical too. So I kind of like it. I did look at the other endings. There are other endings. There are a lot of others. Most of them, though, at the end of the game, and I kind of don't want to go through everything again. I just don't think it'd be very interesting, in order to get every single one. So I think I'm going to end there for Tokyo Dark streams. About what the Collector and the Historian said, I won't go too much into it, but I do know that they show up in every other ending except one, which I think is supposed to be interpreted as the true ending. I don't know everything about it, but I kind of know what it is. I don't really like it that much. I kind of like the ending we got, so I'm kind of going to stick to that and just kind of end the streams of Tokyo Dark here. If you are interested in the game, I do think it's very good and worth your buy, maybe to play with your own friends and kind of like go through it together. There is a version on Switch that is a remake I do know of. It has like better graphics and some stuff like that, little updates. So I do think that that'd be worth picking up too, but yeah, so for our adventures through the streams of Tokyo Dark, I think that we'll stop here. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the journey. I certainly did. I know my best Watson, Epsilion, enjoyed it, and Moriarty Boronbo. But yeah, so without further ado, let me kick it back over to the devotional with Past Me. Transition ripple effect. Run through of Tokyo Dark, and hopefully next time we'll be able to see the true ending and get everyone together. So if you're going to leave now, may God bless you, and thank you so much for stopping by. The most special event, yes, a very special event. If you go to my Twitch and you look at what's coming up for Sunday, you will be able to see what it is. So I'm very excited. Not Monster Truck Rally though, but it's going to be intense like one. Trust me, I've seen it. So it'll be really good. If you're going to stay around a little longer, I am a believer in God's word. And I do try to share a little bit of his word after the streams that we do together. So I did want to share a little bit of that today. Give me one moment while I bring this up. There it is. Here we go. So, all right. So, we in his word, give me one moment. There we go. We're going through we were going through the creation of the world and man in Genesis 1. And so far, we had seen how God created the heavens and the earth and all the plants of the earth and all the fish and the birds and all the creeping animals. I don't know why I said it like that. But, all the animals. And then we saw God's special creation, which he called very good, of creation of man. So today we're going to dive a little more into that special creation about man and what he means for the future and why he's so special and what God has given him moving forward. So, moving forward in that, the first thing, though, is looking at the final day where God rested. So this is starting in chapter 2, verse 1. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the host of them. And on the seventh day, got to the sixth of creation, God finished his work that he had done. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work that he had done. So God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it God rested from all his work that he had done in creation. So a lot of repetition about the work he had done, emphasizing his great power and majesty in the creation of the world. The reason that God rested here is very important to understand that. Is it cropped? My God, yeah, you're right. It's not cropped. I don't understand why it's doing that. I don't know. I think it's just the way that, my apologies. I think it's the way that, I don't think it's the way the capture is cropped. I think it's the way that PowerPoint's doing it, probably. I don't know. Well, you know what it says at the end, in creation. But yeah, so the reason that God rests on the seventh day was not because he needed the rest, because, he'd run out of mystical power. No, he did it to set an example for us moving forward. So God blessed the seventh day and made it holy, because on it God rested from all his work that he had done. For when God rests, it lets us know we need rest, kind of self-care for ourselves, and made the seventh day holy so that we know that there is a time where we need to take a chunk of time away and bless him and honor him in the day. Bless him and honor him in the day. A time away from the work of the world to remember and to bless God and to take rest for ourselves as well. So, now we go back a little bit, back to the creation of man. I know that, oh my gosh, you really can't see it very well. Gosh dang it. Oh my gosh. All right, I'll fix it later. We'll just keep going for now. I'll keep it in mind for the future ones. I'm sorry, everyone. I don't know why it's cropping. Man is the most important, is one of the most special creation in God's world, in the reality that he's created. We are beautifully and wonderfully made in his image. And the creation of that is very, very important to understand. So, in verse 4, these are the generations of the heavens and earth as they were created, in the day that the Lord made the earth and the heavens, which we just went over last time about all of his creative creation. Then, hold on, let me move myself a little bit. Whoop. There we go. Okay. Now it talks about the creation of how man was done and why it's so special. When no bush of the field was yet in the land, no small plant of the field had sprung up. The Lord had not caused it to rain on the land. There was no man to work the ground. And a mist was going up from the land and was watering the whole face of the ground. Because remember, before Noah, there was no such thing as rain. A mist would come up in order to water the ground. Then the Lord God formed the man of dust from the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life. And the man became a living creature. So we really are created from dust, for anyone who asks. And the Lord God planted a garden in Eden in the east, and there he put the man whom he had formed. And out of the ground the Lord God made to spring up every tree that is pleasant to the sight and good for food. The tree of life was in the midst of the garden, and the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Keep that in mind for later. It's very important. So we were created from the dust. He literally took the dust of the creation that he already made and breathed his life into it. Notice how that's not done with any of the other beasts of the sea or anything. You just plop them down and kind of there they are, they're animals. But with man, he formed a clay pot, as we talked about with the metaphor before back in Hebrews? No. It's either Hebrews and the Corinthians. We studied it before with the jewel and the clay pot and everything, how Christ's word is like the jewel in the clay pot. We were literally made from nothing more than, and if you look at science, our bodies are made from stuff you could buy at the store. Remember, everyone knows that whole thing. The beginning of Full Metal Alchemist, where Matt lists off all the, for all you weed fans out there, all the things that make up the human body. It's like, well, why are we special? Well, here's the answer. Here's literally the answer. Because God created just a clay doll, basically, just nothing, and breathe life from him into us. We were made in his image and with his breath, his holy breath that was created in us, which is truly spectacular and something when you think about it. We're not just like the animals out there. We don't come from them either. Sorry, evolutionists, but nope. We were breathed with his breath, giving us true life and a soul and spirit. Remember, the first man, Adam, was created with a soul and spirit because he walked with God in a spiritual way. He was given something that no one else had, that no other part of creation had. And he had Adam, well, he hasn't been named yet, but Adam, the first man, work the ground and till the fields and do the work of the land as the Lord gave him dominion over, as he stated before. And he gave him the tree of life, so he may eat from it and be nourished by the tree of life that God had given him. And also the tree of good and evil was there as well, which is very, very, very important for later. Then Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work and to keep it. Lord God commanded the man, saying, you shall surely eat of, okay, here we go. Surely eat of every tree of the garden, everything, even the tree of life. Oh, sorry. Whoop. Even the tree of life, you may eat from that as well. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, you shall not eat. For the day you eat, you shall surely die. So this is a very, very big part of the text. It is the first command God has given, besides tilling the field and being just taking care of the world. This is the first no command, I guess. The first option of basically sin, which we'll go into later. It's the first ability, it's the first choice man is given to follow the Lord or to do something that is against him. The wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is everlasting life. The wages of sin is death. The Lord said to Adam himself, for in the day you shall eat, you shall surely die. That doesn't mean that in that day specifically, Adam's just going to keel over, as we know based on future, which I'm trying not to go into too much. But what it means is, in eating that fruit, you will gain the knowledge of right and wrong and your imperfectness towards me, towards the Lord God Almighty and his holiness. In gaining that knowledge and in gaining that and in making that choice against the Lord's will, you will be separated from me. And separation from God is death of the spirit and of the body, because he is the one who sustains. Remember, it was God's breath who brought man into creation. And it's only the Lord's sustaining that allows us to live today. So, very big part of the verse. Every tree allowed to eat from, everything allowed to do, walk with God and everything. And he also said early on, if you remember, in the first verse of talking about the creation of man, he said, be fruitful and multiply in the earth. So this was meant for the whole of humanity. This was meant for us to be in a perfect paradise with God. This was the original creation of the world we literally live on today. So that's not happening right now. We don't live in perfect harmony with God. We live in a pretty fallen world. What happened? Well, we'll get to that next time, and it's not the best part of the story. But it is very, very important with some hope in it as well. And we'll talk about that too. So yeah, the beginning of God's relationship with his people. The first steps of it. And his first command. And the first ability for us to honor the Lord in our choice. Or make a different choice, as it can be. Anyway, may God bless you all. Thank you so much for stopping by. Once again, I make these as streams. We dive in every Tuesday at around 7:30 Eastern Time. Technically Saturday, Friday at 12 o'clock a.m., where all of the boys get together and we go through Tales of Vesperia. It's very fun. And then Sunday, we jump in at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and we'll have a special presentation. And afterwards, we'll probably try to finish Tokyo Dark. In all honesty, I'll probably just try to blast through to the ending and just try to get what I can. I'll look into it a little bit. Anyway, may God bless you all, and thank you for your time. I hope you have a fantastic night, day, or whatever it is you're experiencing. God bless, and good night.